the Oscar race got a whole lot more interesting and a whole lot easier if you're Christopher Nolan and Oppenheimer when Warner Brothers announced that they were moving Dune 2, the proverbial favorites going into this Oscar season, out of its current release date and into, I believe, March of 2024, which of course makes it ineligible for the upcoming Oscars. It'll have to be eligible for next year's Oscars. Now, of course, the first Dune won the most Oscars that year, won 6. Didn't win Best Picture, but it won 6 Oscars. It's an incredible film, probably my most anticipated film of the year. And a lot of people were excited about it, but out of the running now. And a lot of people have had a lot of questions about the motivations behind why they moved it. But could one of them be because Warner Brothers really just wants to get back together with Christopher Nolan? That's the topic of today's Mint Mobile hotline question of the day. Listen, if you guys have a question or a topic for the show and like to hear your voice on it, go ahead and call our Mint Mobile hotline number anytime 24/7 at 951-268-4259. And once again, today's question is, did Warner Brothers just do this to butter up to Christopher Nolan? Check it out.
Hey, John, Francois here. I'm calling because I have a question about the delaying of Dune 2. I want to know if you think that this might be related to Warner Brothers trying to clear out the Oscar race for Oppenheimer in an effort to get Christopher Nolan back to Warner Brothers. So I just wanted to have your opinion on that. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling that in, Francois. And yeah, look, the breakup of Warner Brothers and Christopher Nolan was public, it was dramatic, and it was nasty. As Christopher Nolan wrote some pretty damning stuff. Now, of course, this all goes and gets tied back to when Warner Brothers, under, at the time, the ownership of AT&T and CEO Jason Kilar, decided to release all their movies for 2021 or 2022. I'm losing track of time now. But release all their movies that year on HBO Max the same day and date that it went out into theaters. And this pissed off all of their partners, all of their directors, and everybody. And it really pissed off Christopher Nolan. Well, it really pissed off Denis Villeneuve, but it really pissed off Christopher Nolan, and who is a complete advocate of the theatrical experience for movies, all that kind of stuff. And it spelt the end of their relationship. They were gone. Now, should be noted that the people who owned Warner Brothers at the time are no longer the owners at Warner Brothers. AT&T does not own them anymore. Jason Kilar, who made that decision, is no longer CEO there. It's now owned by Discovery, Warner Brothers Discovery, as they're now called, and the CEO is David Zaslav. And it should also be pointed out that it was a few months ago that David Zaslav and Christopher Nolan were seen having lunch together. It also needs to be noted that this is not professional sports, although I often treat it like professional sports. It's not. It's not like a player signs to one team and that's the only team they can play for, right? LeBron James can't go out and just play for the New York Knicks one night if he wants to. No, he has to play for the Lakers if he's going to play. That's not how Hollywood works. You know, project to project. An actor can go and do a movie for Universal. The next week they can go and do a movie for Paramount. The next week they can go and do a movie for Disney if they want. Same with directors. Some production companies will have first look deals, notwithstanding, but that's makes the way it is. So Christopher Nolan can go and make a movie with them anytime he wants. So why did Warner Brothers move Dune out? The reality is them moving it has nothing to do with kissing up to Christopher Nolan. Because look, if anything, let's say Christopher Nolan now wins some Oscars for Oppenheimer. And believe me, Oppenheimer's Oscars chances just got a hell of a lot better with Dune moving out of there. So what's going to look better to Christopher Nolan? That Warner Brothers moved a movie for him? Well, now Universal can go to Christopher Nolan and say, see, you make a movie with us, you win all kinds of Oscars, Christopher. Isn't that great? You won your first Best Director because you were working with us. If it does anything, him winning a lot more Oscars this year is actually going to probably cement him in wanting to work more with Universal. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. So that would probably be a pretty bad move on Warner Brothers' part. But it really comes down to this. It's about money. Warner Brothers wants to make as much money with Dune 2 as possible. And if you're Warner Brothers, you got to ask yourself this question. Are we going to make more money with Dune 2 if we release it? When was it supposed to come out? November or December?
It's supposed to come out in November.
November. Are we going to make more money releasing Dune 2 in November with none of our cast promoting it because there's an actor strike going on? Or are we going to make more money on Dune 2 if we push it out to March and have all of our cast out stumping for the film and promoting the film? Want to remind you guys, look at the cast of this movie. Bring this up. This movie has Florence Pugh, Rebecca Ferguson, Austin Butler, Dave Bautista, Javier Bardem, by the way, Academy Award winner Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin, Léa Seydoux, Stellan Skarsgård, Timothy Chalamet, and Zendaya. Oh, and Christopher Walken. Oh, and Tim Blake Nelson. And. Look at this list. Look at this roster. Are you going to make more money putting this movie out in November with trailers? Or are you going to make more money with this movie putting it in March and then have Javier Bardem, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Josh Brolin, Léa Seydoux, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Austin Butler, Florence Pugh, Rebecca Ferguson, all going out to all the late night talk shows, going out to all the events and telling all the public, come and see this movie. Now, doing that isn't going to turn Dune from a $700 million movie into a $1.5 billion movie, but you know it's going to make a difference. And at the end of the day, that is, and I'm sure there's a lot of other small factors, but at the end of the day, this is really the factor. This is the one that made them move it. And it's not like, I made the comparison before, Chris, to the upcoming Color Purple, where that movie looks incredible, but there's no need to move it because in reality, it's not a wall-to-wall household name filled actors in it. So you're not going to lose as much not having them out on the press tour, right? Yeah. But you got Dune, Florence Pugh, Javier Bardem, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Austin Butler. You're just name after name after name that you can really benefit from it. I think at the end of the day, this is it. Chris, the question posed to us is, could this really have anything to do with Warner Brothers trying to warm up the relationship with Christopher Nolan by moving it out? Is it a factor? Is it the factor? Do you think it has more to do with what I think it is, which is the promotion of the film? I don't know. How do you see it?
I can understand why someone would ask this because, I mean, this sets Oppenheimer up so well for the Academy Awards. It really, really does by moving Dune, by taking out its biggest potential competition. But this comes down to the promotion of it all. You have a cast like that, not only because they're all fantastic actors, but because they are going to put butts in seats. And already, as we're going to talk about later, Warner Brothers needs money. They need money. So making sure that this incredible cast that has huge followings on social media and otherwise, they get to promote this film and they get to make sure that people want to come see it. I think this is the move, is they're doing that just so hopefully the strike is going to be over by the time the movie actually comes out and everyone can be hanging out on late night talking about what an amazing time they had riding sandworms and shit.
And by the way, all other things being equal, I think this movie makes more money in November with the whole cast promoting it than it does in March with the whole cast promoting it. But I don't think it's very even close. I think March with the cast promoting it or November without the cast promoting it. I think March is
You don't want to replay if the whole situation we had with Dune 1, you know, of sure, everyone could promote it, but it also was in your home.
Yeah.
So why would you go out and see it? Still living that very intense pandemic life.
By the way, even though it was available to be viewing at home, made more money than Black Adam. Just want to throw that out there. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think? Could you see other maybe possibilities why they moved it? I think it's exclusive about the promotion and the strikes. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.